The chat log ended there. Learning that Stephen Landers planned to harm my baby on my birthday tomorrow, I had only one thought: run. To avoid raising suspicion, I had my best friend buy me a train ticket. That night, I watched Stephen drink the milk I'd laced with sleeping pills, and he fell into a deep sleep on the bed. But just as I was about to leave, I felt a sudden pain at the back of my head, and then everything went black. When I opened my eyes again, I was already sitting in Stephen's car. How could this be? Stephen had taken sleeping pills, so how could he attack me? Stephen tilted his head and smiled innocently at me. Honey, you were sleeping so soundly. To surprise you for your birthday, I just carried you straight to the car. I froze. Didn't you drink the milk yesterday? Haha, I haven't been in the mood for milk lately, so I secretly poured it into the plant pot. My heart sank as I watched the scenery along the roadside grow more sparse, with signs displaying large cartoon mascots. We were getting closer and closer to the amusement park on the outskirts of town. I pretended to listen to music while actually taking out my phone to message my best friend to come get me. But just as I opened our chat, Stephen took my phone away. Honey, stop looking at your phone, you'll get dizzy. It's your birthday today, and we agreed to have fun all day, so you need to save your energy. Stephen's tone was full of tenderness, but it made my skin crawl. If I hadn't overheard his plot, I would have believed him. The car was speeding along, and I was pregnant. There was no way I could jump out. Soon, we arrived at the entrance of the amusement park. And Smith, dressed in a bunny mascot costume, suddenly jumped out and linked arms with him. Stephen, don't I look cute in this costume? A flash of guilt crossed Stephen's eyes as he pulled his arm away to explain to me. Anne's just here for a part-time job, don't get the wrong idea. But Anne was clearly unhappy, pouting as she linked arms with Stephen again for a photo. Stephen reluctantly stroked her head affectionately. While they were flirting, I secretly texted my friend, Belinda, for help. Her message came back. Mila, stay where you are. I'm coming right away. Whatever you do, don't get on that drop tower. I felt grateful and prepared to stall for time. Honey, what have you been doing all this time? Come on, let's go on the drop tower now while there's no line. Stephen noticed what I was doing and frowned as he walked over. Just hearing the words drop tower made me break into a cold sweat. A year ago, also on my birthday, we had planned to celebrate at a hotel. But my ex-boyfriend's assistant, and Smith, had insisted on riding the drop tower and forced me to join despite my pregnancy. I was stuffed into the ride seat, begging desperately only to have my humiliation recorded. My ex-boyfriend and Anne had laughed at me. Look at how scared she is, let's record this and post it online for everyone to see. After several rounds, my water broke. When I got to the hospital, the baby was already dead. At that time, Stephen had rushed to the hospital like a madman. He held me tightly, his eyes bloodshot as he pointed at my ex-boyfriend and Anne, shouting furiously. Don't you know she's pregnant? How could you make a pregnant woman ride a drop tower? You're murderers, and I'll never forgive you. He beat up my ex-boyfriend, got detained and fined, and when he was released, I immediately accepted his proposal. But I never imagined that this man who once risked jail for me would now hurt me again for the woman who had harmed me before. I felt a strong movement in my belly, as if my baby was worried for me. With one last shred of hope, I begged him. Stephen, I don't feel well today. I don't want to ride the drop tower. Stephen's expression changed instantly, and he refused firmly without a second thought. No way, we already agreed to this. Besides, don't you love the drop tower? He gripped my wrist so hard that I, a heavily pregnant woman, couldn't break free. In desperation, I screamed out. I have a heart condition, and I hate the drop tower. I'm not getting on it. My outburst caught the attention of nearby visitors, who began pointing and staring at us. Embarrassed, Stephen pulled me aside and lowered his voice. Everyone's watching us. Mila, can't you just go along with this for my sake? The park employees chimed in to support him. Come on, Mrs. Landers. Everyone knows our Mr. Landers is crazy about you. He designed this drop tower specifically for you. That's right. Even the mayor's daughter wanted to be the first to ride it, but Mr. Landers turned her down because the design wasn't finished yet. More and more people around us grew disapproving, thinking I didn't appreciate such a wonderful husband. And jumped in too. Mila, you're being so difficult. Do you know how much effort Steven put into letting you be the first to try this new drop tower? He traded 3 years of bonuses with the park director for this opportunity, just to fulfill your wish. Everyone was accusing me of being unreasonable, but I didn't miss the malicious gleam in Anne's eyes. I clutched my belly, feeling trapped, as if I was surrounded by wolves eyeing my baby. I decided to take a stand. I didn't care what anyone said, I wouldn't ride that drop tower. I said no, and I mean no. I'll help you get your bonuses back, but this is my decision, and no one can force me. Steven grabbed my arm so hard I nearly stumbled. Concerned for my baby, I managed to steady myself. Mila, my colleagues are all watching. How could you embarrass me like this? I yanked my arm away, tears filling my eyes. How laughable. I still remembered the man who once would have gone to jail for me, but now he was trying to kill our baby. Steven, if you keep pushing me, let's just get divorced. As soon as I said it, a deathly silence fell over everyone. Steven panicked. You want to divorce me? Who gave you permission? I didn't want to argue with him and turned to leave. But the next second, and suddenly fell to the ground, sobbing loudly. Mila, I know you're angry that Steven takes care of me, but we're innocent. You can't ruin his career over this. I'll punish myself by doing the bungee jump without ropes. Would that make you feel better? With that, she turned to run. Steven's face turned paper white. He grabbed her and looked back at me with venomous eyes. Mila, you're going too far. What has Anne done to deserve this from you? Then he leaned in close and lowered his voice again. Don't forget your grandfather in the ICU. If you don't ride the drop tower, I'll have someone pull out his tubes right now. My legs were frozen to the spot as I stared at him in disbelief. He was actually threatening my grandfather's life. Grandpa was my only family, how could I let anything happen to him? Seeing no way to reason with him, I grew even more desperate, my voice choked with emotion. Steven Landers, I'm carrying your child. I'm 8 months pregnant. That drop tower could make me miscarry or trigger my heart condition. Are you really going to force me to take that risk? A flicker of conflict crossed Steven's eyes, but it was quickly replaced with determination. He leaned closer to my ear. Mila, didn't you promise you'd always support my career? This is the newest drop tower I designed especially for you. I begged for this opportunity, and now everyone's watching. You're getting on that ride whether you want to or not. Don't you love me more than anything? If you just get on the drop tower this once, I'll treat you even better afterward. I'll bring in the best specialists in the country for your grandfather's treatment. Everyone was staring at me, some even recording videos with their phones. Finally, I could only nod. Steven sighed with relief, tenderly stroking my face. That's my good girl. The ride only lasts a minute. After it's over, I'll take you to celebrate your birthday. I ordered a huge cake for you. Stay calm, Mila. You need to stay calm. I held back tears and said in a flat voice, I need to use the bathroom first. I'm worried I might have an accident on the ride. Steven frowned with disgust. Be quick then. I'll wait outside. He and Anne watched me enter with suspicion. Hidden behind the door, I heard them talking. Don't worry, Anne. She won't escape. I'll tie her to the ride if I have to. Steven, you're so good to me. But what if she hates you for this afterward? Steven chuckled, his voice full of contempt. Don't worry. Mila loves me to death. She's so easy to manipulate, all I have to do is apologize afterward and she'll forgive me. Loves him to death? Easy to manipulate? I felt cold all over, realizing what a fool I'd been to fall for such a monster. I locked myself in a stall, sat on the toilet, and covered my mouth as I sobbed. Despair was overwhelming me. Baby, can mommy really not protect you? Why am I so useless? My grandfather's life and my baby's life were both in my hands. How could I possibly choose? Just then, Belinda's call came like a lifeline. Mila, I'm here. Where are you? Hope suddenly sparked in my heart. I quickly said, come to the bathroom by the haunted house in Area A. They're waiting outside the door. I need to escape through the back window. She immediately agreed. I waited anxiously until she messaged me. Mila, I'm behind the bathroom. Climb out the window now. I nervously swallowed but obediently prepared to climb through the window. But as soon as I landed, I felt a sharp pain at the back of my neck, and everything went black. When I woke up again, I was already strapped into the drop tower. My hands, feet, and body were glued to the seat with industrial adhesive. I couldn't move at all. The area around the ride seemed empty, as if it had been cleared of people. My eyes fell on the figure standing in front of me. There was Stephen with his sinister expression, Anne, and my unconscious friend lying on the ground. I screamed, "Stephen, what did you do to my friend? You're insane." Stephen held up my friend's phone, looking at me with disappointment. I gasped in horror. The text messages had been sent by him pretending to be my friend. "Mila, you're so scheming. I just wanted to give you a perfect birthday, but you tried everything to escape. Did you really think your friend could help? I had the staff bring her here and knock her out to prevent her from helping you. Now, the game is about to begin. This is the latest model drop tower, you'll love it." In my desperation, I remembered what he'd said in the chat logs. I demanded to know why he wanted to hurt me when I had never harmed Anne. I didn't know how Anne had slandered me behind my back, but I needed to clear things up. Stephen's voice was ice cold. "You're the one who made Anne permanently infertile. This is what you owe her." "I never hurt Anne. Her infertility has nothing to do with me." And clung to Stephen with a wounded expression. "It's okay, Stephen. She'll never admit it." But Stephen looked at me with contempt. "You still dare to lie? And was hit by a car while saving you, which led to her hysterectomy. Not only were you ungrateful, but you've been flaunting your pregnancy to hurt her. You're despicable. Once this is over, we'll forgive you, and we can all live happily ever after." I was stunned into silence. But the person who saved Anne and was hit by the car. That was